All right, good morning. Good morning, family. How you doing? Welcome to Coffee and Craps for Monday morning. Good to see y'all here. I know we just saw each other last night at Jeff's Craps Chat, but here we go again, getting our morning rollout in. So before I start the real show, we're going to start by doing a quick little strategy roll, get myself warmed up, get into it a little bit here. And our good luck chip for this week, I pulled it randomly out of my stack, is actually from Greg. It's the 555 Craps. I'm sure you can see it or not, but on Greg's table, when you watch Greg roll out on his old videos, he has this really cool old table. I think he got from a cruise ship. I'm not sure. But these are the chips that came with this table. They're really weird, cool, like brushed kind of chips with this really interesting hand-painted artwork on. They're very, very cool chips. Anyway, when I was at Greg's place, we did a live stream together a while back. I showed up at his house and we just kind of rolled some stuff and he gave me a stack of chips. So yeah, these are gonna be, we'll use Greg's $5 chip as our good luck charm for this week. So with that said, let's do our regular morning rollout. I'm gonna run the Butterburger like I always do. Let's get that set up here and we'll get it. I should have had this thing set up for you when you arrive, but it's more fun to talk and get it rolling. Here we are, we're at 320 across. My favorite level to start betting at when I have the bankroll to do so. I like 320 a lot because I get to go up easily and I can come down to reasonable levels easily. So it's a very flexible, it's big enough that I can go down to single units or even below that if I want to do a huge regression. And I can of course build up to black chips in just a hit. So it's a good level. Here we go. Let's get started here. I'll get my first point of the morning. And again, we'll just wind in from the outsides and that's how we're gonna do it. There's a 639 for the first point. I'm gonna log that in. I'm gonna keep these rolls here too as part of the morning 10,000 random rolls. And I'll explain that to you here in a little bit. So our first point's gonna be 9, no collect yet. Let's go $10 on the crap. So I've got everything covered but the 11 right now. Everything pays at least 70 bucks. The 11 of course takes 10 bucks from me. The 7 takes it all. But you know that's craps. Here we go. Give me something inside, please. No. You know, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense that I use a Greg chip and I roll a 7 out of the gate. Greg, thanks for taking my money again. Greg and I played craps the other day, over the weekend. We played for a few hours, and as you can imagine, there were quite a few 7s rolled that day, and there was zero rhythm on that table, of course. Why don't we pretend like that didn't happen, Greg, and let's do it again. Let me log it in though, because I did roll it, but I want to get something done here, right? Let's play one more point and see if we can't make this happen. Come on, Greg's green chip. Let's get it done. 5, 4, 1, 5. There's a 4 and a 1. Here we go. That's going to be a 5, a repeater. Good. 3, 2, 5 this time. 3, 2, 5. It repeats. Now we lose our craps bet. What happens on this 5 is it pays 70 bucks. We're gonna take 10 bucks from that 70, replace the craps bet. I'm gonna take down 25 bucks each off the 5 and 9. That's why I like 320. I can go from 320, I can pull a chip off of each of them and get to 100 bucks in my rack, just like that. Pulling back money as we play, working towards a profit. All right, there's our first good little result. Point being hit, new point's gonna be an 8, a 6-2. Next question is, why don't I work the come out? I would have got paid there. I don't work the come out when I'm doing place bets because of the factor of multiple 7s, right? When multiple 7s come, working the come out, you can lose 320 multiple times if you replace your bet. That's the only reason why I don't work them. When I work with the puck, the worst you can do is get burned one time. All right, so now we're back up. The point is gonna be 8. This craps bet would have lost on the last one. We're gonna replace that here. We've had 1 box number hit so far. I need 3 to make this thing work. Oh, look at that. The pattern, hitting the point, set the point, hit the point. 6, 2, 8, point's been hit. That pays 70 bucks, as we know. We'll lose our craps bet. I'll replace it with $10 from my recent winnings. I'm gonna pull the 5 and 9 also back down to 25 bucks. I have 25 in the 4, the 5 and 9. I pulled back now 220. Into my rack, there's 220, right? Another 130 bucks, and we're basically even playing on profit. Let's get a new point. 639. 6 and a 3, that's a 9. Did I pull this back? Oh, I did. This is the replacement for the one. All right, so now we're all back on again. Here we go. Let's log that in. 639 314. I'll take that. 314. So the 314 on the end here, that's going to pay 50 bucks. I'll get a nickel here. We'll lose our craps, by the way. We'll take 5 whites for the nickel into our rack. I'll drop $1 for the VIG to get my 50. We're going to bring 50 back, and we're going to regress the 6 and the 8 now down to 30 bucks. So every hit pulls back a little bit. In our rack goes another 100 in green. There's 330. 335 is in the rack. So we're basically even. We start out with 350. We have 335. And again, because we hit the 4 instead of a 6 or 8, that's why we're essentially there. But look at what happened, right? We're even in the rack. We got 160 out. This is all profit, by the way. So we're doing well. At this point, we can keep playing and press to glory or lose 160, depending on how this roll goes. We'll roll it out for just a couple seconds here. 325. 5's going to pay 35 bucks. Okay. What I'll probably do here is collect the quarter because I want to be even. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a psychopath when it comes to being even in my rack. So there's 25. There's another quarter in reds. Now I got 350 back here and 20 bucks in profit. So I had to take that hit to make sure I was good, but I'm good now. Now we have profit in the rack and we're playing with profit, and now we can go to town. 2-2 hard 4 for a buck. They will pay me 50 bucks on that. I'm going to press the 4 and the 10 both. I tend to treat those two as a unit because what I want to do here is get paid black fast as I can. I'm trying to get paid blacks. So the 4 and 10 are both going to pay me a black chip now. There it is, 314. That's beautiful. 314 for 2 bucks in big. We get a black chip, which is fan-damn-tastic. All right. Look at that, 3 4s in the last few rolls there, and another one. Look at that. Oh my gosh, where's Waylon? Is Waylon in the chat just doing backflips right now? 314 again. Well, I'll need to get some pennies for VIG here, but again, I'll drop 2 bucks, and we're gonna get paid 100. I'm actually gonna take the 100 from that 4, and we're gonna go ahead and give the 4 and 10 a little bit more love. I'm just feeling that love right now. And we have 165 bucks in profit, which is awesome. We're doing really good. After the first hole where we dug ourselves a hole, Greg, with your lucky chip. Oh my God, look at that. Can you believe it? Tell me dice control is not real. I'm literally picking up these dice and tossing them as lightly as I can. And I rolled 1, 2, 3, now 4 4s almost in succession. That's 150 bucks. Holy crap, 150 bucks for 75. It's gonna cost me 3 in VIG to get that. Guess where we're going? We're gonna make these guys look like 100, and I'm taking 100 back with me. Now we're gonna get paid 200 on the 4 and 10. Can you believe that? All those 4s? It's insane. It's insane. I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3, ace, deuce. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3. Now, just to call it out, because I would be remiss if I didn't call this out. I've got 160, actually I've got 200, $310 out here, okay, on the felt. I've got 265 in the rack, right? The first PSO that we had crushed us, right? We lost 320 or 330 out of the gate. Out of the gate, we lost 330. Do I have 330? You're damn right I do, right? I got 310 out here, right? And enough here to make 330. I could, right now, go back down here again to 160 across and be good. All I got to do is take these 2 down, put out 2 quarters, right? Pull out the hot stuff. And here's going to be, there's 400 bucks, okay? If I actually took greens, there's the 350 that we lost in the first round, right? So I recovered back Greg's PSO, and I've got now 65 in the rack and 160 out here. Now I'm actually at 65 plus 160 is 225, right? I got 2 1/4 in profit right now. If I pull it all down, got profit. Here, at the worst, I got $65 in profit, recovered my earlier loss. Love that. Love that, right? That is even though we're getting out of the hot roll, that was the 4, right? That's a smart move to make because you're going to set yourself up to walk out of there with at least what you recovered with. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, and you got to get out when you can get out and lock this up because that guy's coming. This 4, the 5-2-7 is always on the way. There's your 5-2-7, and that ends the roll. But we did good, right? We actually recovered ourselves well on that one. That was luck, right? Dice is always luck, but there it is. Interesting, right? All right, let's come back and talk in person. I got so much to say today. Yeah, good morning all. All right, so let's get to it here. Let's get to the morning show. And I got some announcements that I want to make. And then I got I think something that's kind of interesting. So let's get into it here. Let me go to this view for you. All right. First things first, Friday night fights this week will be me against allegedly Dave, assuming that Dave is around. I tried to call him or contact him last week. I didn't hear back from him. So it's summertime, maybe on vacation, but allegedly Dave is up next for Friday. I will work this week to catch him. And it's me against Dave. And again, it was a fun week, fun show last week. We had a good battle, Carl and I. Unfortunately, the rolls from Jeff were not favorable to Carl. It just really, really ill-timed 7s. I got lucky with a couple of calls there and ended up with money. I didn't beat him down or anything. I think I lost $100 and some too. So it's just a matter of like last man standing kind of a battle. Hopefully the rolls this week come out a little better and we have more of a battle going. So that'll be Friday. As you know, Jeff called it out last night. Midmo Yo, Sideshow Gamble, Chris are having this, I don't want to call it a feud, but they're having a feud, right? They're going to have a competition. It's the Fedora of Chiro versus Chris's old craps table. So 2 things to call out here. One is they're going to negotiate terms of how to do this. I'm inviting both of you. Sideshow Gamble with the new icon, by the way, very, very sexy. Nice job. I'm inviting you and Chiro both on the show. You guys can come on every day this week if you want to. Live. I don't care when we can do it. It's about your schedules, obviously, right? So let's get you all both on here. We can hash out, negotiate what the terms are going to be, how you're going to roll it out, what the strategy you're going to use are, what the terms are, all of it. We'll do it here live. We'll document it all, and then you can go forth and conquer and see what happens. If Chiro wins, I said this last night, and I'll stand by this again. If Chiro wins, I propose we do something either on the Pro Craps channel or a Mid-Atlantic Craps' channel, because both of us are we can both do live streams. We both have the monetization so you guys can do donations. I think we should do like a long rollout or something like that on our channels and take your donations through Super Chats and donate that money to help Chiro pay for the shipping of that table, if Chiro happens to win. I can tell you that table is going to cost a metric buttload of money to ship. So I would propose that we help with that. So let's see if Chiro wins first. And by the way, Chris, you know I love you. You're my guy. But I'm Team Chiro. On Friday night fights, I consistently bet the Yo and the 5-1 mixer all night long. All night long, I hopped both of those every single roll the entire night. Guess what? No mixers hit. Not one. 0-6-1 mixer or 5-1 mixers hit. 1 Yo hit. So I got to be on Team Chiro. So there it is. I'm Team Chiro. The dice decided that for me. So that's what's going to happen. All right. Next thing is this. Get me your questions. I mentioned this last week. If you want to know, you want to be the topic owner or the topic person, whatever, for the Daily Dose of DI or a Craps 101 question, or if you want to get into politics, whatever else, drop me a line, right? John@procraps.net. Hit me up DM on Discord at casinogaming.tv. Or you can leave a comment on this video and let me know. Just say, topic : so I know you want me to talk about a certain thing, and I'll add your idea or your question to the list of things I have to talk about, which is much. I have much things to talk about coming up, but I want to add what you want to know or what your questions are to that list. All right. The last thing, of course, to mention here, because again, we're up against it on time, is fantasy football. If you're interested in fantasy football, if you're a football fan and want to do this, reach out to Chris at Dice DGen. He's in Discord. It's Chris at Dice DGen Discord. Just talk to him one-on-one. We have a hashtag fantasy football channel in there. If you want to play, jump on in. There's a free league and there's a pay league. We're gonna accommodate both people who want to just do it for fun and some who want to make a little bit of cash. Pay league's going to be either 25 or 50 bucks entry fee, winner take all type of thing. So there we go. Okay, so that's the announcements for this morning. Now let's get into the topics of the day. Let's see, the first one. Come on. There we go. Mid-Moyo's Here's the Deal question of the week is an interesting one. Does a fender bender chase you away? I think he calls his video Crash Bang Boom. Now, this is an interesting topic because you go to the casino, you're pulling into the lot and you hit somebody or they hit you and there's a car accident in the parking lot or right near it. And that does a lot of things, right? First and foremost, it takes time. Cops got to come, got to write the report, you got to exchange information. It's a whole thing, right? The process sucks. And so it burns an hour of what you were going to do at the casino. So that sucks. The question is, do you go in and play? Do you go in and play anyway? And I would say my quick answer is no, but I'm lucky because I got a casino 15 minutes from my house, right? So it's easy for me to say, screw it, I'm done for the day, go back home, live to fight again. If I'm on vacation, Vegas, and I'm in the valet area and I get whacked in the valet area and we have to do that stuff, well, whatever, it is what it is, and you're going to go in and you're probably going to play because you had a plan or dinner plans or whatever it was. That's a different story, I think. My gut feeling is this though, and let's try and frame this right. When you were a kid, this is the best analogy I can give is this. When you were a kid, you got in fights all the time. We all got in fights all the time. As an adult, when was the last time you got in somebody's face or somebody got in your face? And I want you to remember this. Like recently it's happened to, I think, a lot of us, right? You get somebody just kind of jawing at you or you're getting some idiot with the mask argument or whatever it's going to be. Your adrenaline gets up, right? Like it's different than when you were a kid, right? You really feel that adrenaline. You almost get the shakes a little bit. You're just like your body's going a billion miles an hour. Your heart races up, your blood pressure goes up. And now as an adult, you're like, holy crap. And like, I think a car accident, I haven't been in one, is the same thing. You get this kind of like this agita, right? And you're kind of shaking and you're at high fever pitch kind of, right? It's like a self-preservation thing. So are you in the mindset to go play at that point? Probably not. I mean, you're probably like, your mind's racing, like replaying it over and over again. How are you gonna, tell your wife or your spouse you got in a car accident? What's the insurance implications? Is it gonna cost you money? All of these things are going through your head. You ruined your car. Like, do you have to go to the shop and can you get to work during the week? There's a lot of things going on in your brain. I don't think you're focused at all to go in the casino. If you're trying to be a dice shooter, forget about it because you're going to be like twitching. You're going to have that extra blood pressure. I would say no. Get the hell out of there. Go home, relax, deal with the business of it all and get it done. Now, if you're on vacation and it happens, it's different. It's probably a rental car, so it's just going to cost you money, and that's it. But if it's your car, your place, your casino, I would go home. I wouldn't play. I want to be in the right mindset. I want to enjoy my time. I want to go to the casino, and yeah, I want to win. You know me, to me, it's a business trip when I go, but I want to enjoy it. I don't want to go in there and have this extra crap going on in my head. I just want to be like there to do my thing. So if my brain's here and my body's here, then that's no fun. And I would rather just get out of there. So my answer to that is a simple one. I'm getting out. I'm never going to go in and do it unless I was on vacation and I'm in the valet or something like that, where I'm maybe there for dinner or show and gambling. That's a different story. But simple answer to that question from me is no, I don't play. I think my blood pressure is going to kind of dictate a little bit of that for me. And that's my answer to that. So hope that answers your question, Chiro, and looking forward to next week's question. So onward and upward. Our next thing I want to talk about here is our daily dose of DI. Now this came up last night in the Craps chat. So if you watched Craps chat, again, I'm looking at this, we're at August 15th here, 2022. So Craps chat was on August 14th. This topic came up. And we had a couple of guys on the panel who are good shooters of the dice. And this question always comes up. This is one of those kind of common, well, if the casinos believed it, they would stop it. Or do the casinos really believe it? And there's a nuanced answer to this, I believe, okay? The casinos don't care about dice controllers. And they don't care about them because there's a lot of reasons for it. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that you could control the dice. Okay, let's go out there with the positive assumption. You can totally do it, right? If you practice, you bought a $5,000 table like I did, and you practice every day for 2 hours like I do, and you did it for 2 years or 3 years like Ed Robinson has done, or like George has done, and you go to the casino, and you can pop them for 15 or 20 or 30 rolls, and you and your buddy can win $5,000 every time you show up, okay? That sucks for the casino. But over the course of 24 hours a day, 10 players at the table, 100 rolls per hour, that doesn't matter. That bites into their profits like nothing. That's like a peanut on a Snickers bar to them. That's zero. They don't care about that. What they do care about is what I said earlier, which is rolls per hour. They want to ensure two things. They want to ensure a random game, and they want to get the rolls per hour in. Okay, so the random different table services, I don't believe the table services are there to combat dice control. I really don't. I think that the table services are what they are for every reason possible. Like my casino has got a glass tabletop with felt on top. Why? Because they shine LED lights through the glass, and the green felt lights up when the numbers are hit, which is really a cool experience. That table's hard as a rock. It's like throwing on a kitchen countertop, that table. It's super hard. Other tables, other casinos, they just keep putting layouts on top of the old layout because it's easy, right? Those become bouncier and bouncier over time. It isn't like they're trying to stop you. So I don't use that as an excuse. The alligators, sure, they're there to stop. They're there to stop the sliders, right? And remember, guys used to be able to slide the dice, spin them and slide them on the surface and kind of kiss the back wall and never really go up high. That's what the alligators are for. They're to stop cheating and to ensure some randomness. So do they care about us? No, we don't take enough money if we're actually good at this. Matter of fact, I think a lot of dice controllers lose more money than they win because they overbet their actual ability to control the dice, which is a thing. I think it's a zero-sum game for the casinos. They don't really care. They do not like that we take 9 years to set our dice and get throwing. Some casinos, I think Jeff's local has a 5-second rule. I have seen casinos with signs that say no dice setting allowed. Okay. Now you can see a sign that says no dice setting allowed and make this assumption that they think that you're a dice controller and they're going to take all their money. No. Their experience is 100 rolls per hour at an average 3% house edge is X amount of dollars based on their average bet. So you can do the math, right? You're a bean counter, right? 100 rolls an hour, average 3% house edge across all the bets, and average bet size at Casino X is $10. You do the math on what they make per hour with a full 10-person table, okay? If a dice setter is taking 15 seconds to set the dice instead of 5, you go from 100 rolls an hour to 80 rolls per hour. And by taking 20 rolls an hour off of that calculation, their bottom line, they can start see it doing this. They don't care one iota who's betting what. They do care, however, about consistent betting and the size of those bets. Frankly, if the person is setting the dice and doing well, everybody's betting too much money and pressing like maniacs, guess what? They make more money when we all lose. So I don't believe they give a crap at all about it. I think there are measures in place to make sure that the game is random, and dice controllers are practicing to reduce the amount of random. How lightly they hit the back wall and where on the back wall they hit, that's kind of what they're looking for. So it's a game of levels of randomness that it is, but they don't give a shit. They want their rolls. They want money on the table. They want dice in the air. That's what it is for them. And if you're a dice setter, it takes too long. I think that's the number one thing. So they don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. Your money doesn't hurt them, right? The 1 or 2 times a year that a crew goes out and they burn a table for $35,000 or $40,000. It's rare when it happens, and when it does happen, it means nothing. One table losing $35K, that table makes $500K a day anyway. So what do they care, right? They want the action. As a matter of fact, more people yelling and screaming and seeing a long roll means the next set of suckers walks up and drops all their paychecks out there. So they would rather you do that and have a little bit of success, in my opinion. I think they want the excitement. This is the game that draws them in. So there it is, right? I think that's my take on it. I don't think they care a bit. There's probably some good chat on here too. So yeah, Fives is right. Guys taking so long to set, aggravate everybody else. People want rhythm. And I think, and I've been at tables, and me, I set the dice, but I set them quick. But God, these guys that set them, and even the random guys that will take a handful of dice and roll them against the back wall 10 times until they see the number they want, they aren't setting the dice. They're trying to knock the 7s out or whatever. That's as annoying, if not more annoying, than somebody setting to me. To me, it's all just get your set. If you're a good dice shooter, you should be able to set your dice in a couple of seconds. It doesn't take long to see what's coming from the stick and know what you're going to turn them to and get your dice ready to go like that and be good. Practice that. Practice being fast so you don't get the heat. That's if you're going to be a dice thrower, practice your speed and get it done. That way you just avoid it. Make it a non-issue, I guess, as far as I'm concerned. Do dice? No, they don't. Dice Doctor Dan, they don't. Most dice setters don't. Most dice setters who are, especially, God forbid, you are a dice thrower and you're good at it and you get on a roll and you're like roll 12 or 13, they're going up to here to the ceiling, right? I don't know if it's overbetting your skill or it's overbetting the roll, but I'm typically going to get where I want to get to. Like today, I got to the $100 4 and 10. I took 2 collects on that. I'm like, I'm out. I'm bringing that down again. Reasonable level, lock up my money and roll that way. If I get to a point where I've locked up like a lot of excess profit, I'll then maybe go. Most of these guys will just shoot it, right? And it's just dumbness. It's just dumbness. I think if you're going to do that, you got to have a lot of money. So there's my thoughts. There's my do they care? They do not care. Just be fast. Keep the rolls per hour going. Keep the dice in the air. Keep the bets on the table. And that's all they want to know. That's all they want to know. All right, let's get after it. Let's go play some craps. I'm going to talk to you really quick. And again, I got a short day today. I only got 15 minutes left. So I want to make sure that I get in here and talk through this really quick. This week is going to be, too long. This week is going to be all about pressing. Okay, so today I won't roll out much, if at all, because I only got 15 minutes left. I'm covering a class for my school. So I got to be out of here by 8:45 every day. So anyway, the pressing algorithm that I want you to think about is this. And again, we're going to roll different pressing algorithms out over the next few videos here. And the pressing way that you have to look at, like when you make a strategy that you want to build your own pressing strategy, or you want to analyze or evaluate some other pressing strategy, here's the sort of algorithm or the questions you have to ask yourself as you're concocting the way to play, right? Which is one is, when do you press? Okay, what I do in the mornings to warm up, my 320 across, and I just start going, right? We're out of the gate. You're pressing out of the gate sometimes, right? You're putting your money out there and you're just going to go, right? That's a pedal to the metal, highly aggressive. I'm bringing whatever you're bringing. You're bringing $4,400 to go 440 inside 10 times, and you're just going to go foot on the gas on all 10 shooters and see what happens, right? That's how a lot of guys play it, okay? Or you can do what I'm doing here, which is go 320, pull down, pull down, pull down, so I'm even, and then press up. You can do a skill 66 where you're taking a medium-sized bet, pressing once, coming down. After the regression, you start pressing. So when do you start to shoot it? That's number one. When do you press is an important question. The second thing is, what do you press? A lot of discussion here. Do you press one number, the one that just came out? Do you press its sister? Do you press across all the numbers? Do you press downtown or uptown? What groups of numbers do you press with each hit, if at all? So what do you press? Your answer might be nothing. You might just be, I'm taking my same bet, okay? So when do you press? Out of the gate or after a regression? What are you pressing? The number, multiple numbers, sisters, groups, whatever you have. The next thing is, how much do you press as you go, okay? Skill and luck prescribes a half press, right? Take half of your bet, press that much. Half of your bet, press that much, and build slowly, but always pull back. You can press single unit. You can go $5 a time. You can start your 5 and 9 at $5 and go to 15, go to 20, go to 30, go to 35, all the while collecting money. Takes a lot longer, a lot more number of hits to make money. That's a much more grindy way to play. Or you can be, again, foot on the gas and go full press power plus. Take a $30 6 to 60. Take a $60 6 to 120. Just hammer those things. In fact, you could add more money to those bets, power press them up, and take a $30 6 to 90 or to 72 or something like that. You can do adding more money to your rack than what you had. So again, when, what, how much, and then the big question, and Dice Dr. Dan raised this question earlier in the discussion about dice control, which is, how long do you press? When do you pull your money back, right? Some people, 1, 2, 3 presses and you're out. Pineapple press, right? Press the 6 and 8, press the 5 and 9, press the 4 and 10, fourth hit, you're done. 3 presses and you're out, right? Good way to play. You can press once and out, double tap, right? $30 6, take it to 60, hits again, it's gone, right? That's fantastic. You're gonna bring about $100 in profit back to your rack by doing that. That's an interesting way to do it. A 2-time press, right? Or a single press, right? Press up once and be done with it. You can go perpetual, white, white, red, press, full press, collect, full press, collect, and keep building up that way, higher and higher and higher, and never regressing your bets. You could just go max, 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 right? Full press, full press, full press until you're at table max. And your first collect is until you're bringing back $5,000, right? Another way to do it. My tables in Seattle, actually, that's actually a weighted play. I wouldn't prescribe you do that in Vegas where the table maxes are $5,000 and $10,000, but here, my table max is 500. So for me to start at 320, a $60 bet, for me to go 3 presses, which I can get to table max in 3 or 4 presses, that's actually a doable thing. And it's not the worst strategy when you have such a small ceiling to get to. Get there quick and start collecting. But anyway, that's your algorithm. When do you press? What do you press? How much do you press? And how long do you press? All of those things. The last 2 things specifically are speaking to when you're bringing money back. So when you're making your own strategy or evaluating something you see online, and there's a billion of us, right, doing strategies. Jeremy from ColorUp's got like 1,000 strategies that are different ways to press. And you should know this. A crap strategy, 90% of the time means different ways to press, right? Most of what we do, besides something like the Horseman or some of these come betting strategies or some of these don't pass strategies, they're about 10% of what you probably see and hear about. Everything else is bet on these 5 numbers, pressing 3 times and pulling down. It's all manipulations or differentiators, or what's the word I'm looking for? They're all variations of this simple set of questions. Okay, what, when, how much, and when are you out of here, right? That's what all crap strategies boil down to, is this. So when you're making your own way to play, run it through these words. Run it through when, what, how much, and how long. Got it? That's my kind of overarching look at making a strategy based on pressing numbers. Now, we got a few minutes left, so I'm going to go to the table, and we're just going to run through a couple of them, if you don't mind. So let's go back over there. And again, I'm going to run pressing all week long. We're going to run right side pressing all week long. We're going to assume this week that you're at your level. Whether you regressed to this level or whether you started at that level, we're going to start our pressing from some common number on the table, and we're going to work it from there. I'm not going to get into how you get to the level. We will talk about it, but I'm not going to focus on that. So there we go. Let's get back to the table. Let's see. We're going to go here. Come on. There we go. Things are a little slow today for some reason. All right. Here we are. And by the way, and I'll mention this as we go here, I'm working through the 10,000 roll series. As you know, I'm going live almost every night, shooting for 10,000 rolls of controlled shooting, right? I'm working on my helicopter toss. I start this week with a new dice set. We're going to work just on controlling the faces that show, and that's it. I'm going to catalog all the rolls. And when I finish that 10,000, I'm going to do a 10,000 more where I'm trying to actually snipe numbers and see how that works out. At the same time in the morning here, I'm going to log every roll that I do for 10,000 rolls. So we're going to get 10,000 random, 10,000 controlled shots, and 10,000 kind of test shots, all of which I will publish in roll files that if you have an app like WinCraps or an app like Crapsy, that you can plug those rolls into the application and then run your strategies against the rolls I actually did. So, a lot of people don't trust the random number generators of an app like WinCraps, which with good reason, right? RNGs never really worked that well. But the fact that I'm going to give you 30,000 separate rolls to run your strategies against over and over and over again to tweak your strategies, I think is good. You're going to get some PSOs. You're going to get some 5 length. You're going to get some 20 lengths. You're going to get all sorts of the things that we do here. So let's get out here and do this. I'm going to show you one. This will be a preview of tomorrow, by the way. And I want you to kind of contemplate what I'm about to do here. So we're going to show you a strategy that I'm going to run. Actually, I'm going to do again 320 across. I think it's a good number. It gives us a lot of flexibility here. And again, this is going to depend on the dice helping us out. So I'm going to leave the 320 out here as long as I can. And I'll reset it a couple of times in case we get our butts kicked. I'm going to bring another rack out here. I'm going to put this rack, well, I'll use the rack, but you guys can see it fine. All we're going to track is what comes back. Okay, I'm going to do a simple either or press. This is one of my favorite ways to play. It's basically a double tap, but it's across 2 numbers. Okay, now what a double tap looks like, let's just take the 9. Okay, we'll focus here on the 9. A double tap means this. We have $50 in the 9. It's going to pay 70. You press the whole thing. Maybe you take back the $20, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? 20 pays 28. This pays 105, so it's a 132 win, right? Either way, it doesn't matter. Let's put the $20 in our rack. You take one hit on it. Now you're going to get paid, 100 pays 140. Ah, there goes my chips. These slippery chips. Again, 100 pays 140, and it comes down to the original bet. That's a double tap, right? You press it, you take a full collect, and what comes back to your rack? Look what comes back to your rack. You get 215 bucks coming back on two hits of a number. That's a great thing, right? That's a Casino Quest Dave rolled this out like way back. That was like one of the most popular things he ever did was the double tap. That's a great way to, and look at that. With that much money, right? There's 100. You can go 150, 160 across with that. You can go 110 inside with that. You can go 210 inside with that if you want to, or 220 inside. You can do a lot of things off that double tap. That's a pretty powerful press if you're going to use the money for something else. Or hell, bring it back. You hit that 9 twice, you're looking great from 320 across. That's a fantastic press, right? That's a great way to do it. Now I thought, well, what about double tapping, but the sister numbers? Okay. One of the other ways I like to play, matter of fact, I bought my new base doing this. I did exactly this. I'll take these down. I took $60 6, $60 8. Okay. And I took a hit, right? It pays 70 bucks, like so. Moved them both to 90. So I did a full press across two numbers. Took back $10 to the rack. The next hit was 105 bucks because they're both at 90. I brought them both back to 60. And as luck would have it, I was able to do it a second time, right? So I regressed right back, right? This is all paid for. These are free, essentially free bets, right? 120, there's 120. $55 in wrapped up profit. After that one hit on either of them, the second hit on either of them brings me back to here where I'm paid for with 55 bucks. I did it again, right? I happened to hit another one. So again, we took back the 10 bucks. We pressed them both to 90, like so. We got a hit for 105 on one of them. Doesn't matter which one of them hit, brought it all back down again. And look at the profit I've got, okay? In just 4 hits, being kind of careful there, right? There's 200, 350, there's 400 bucks. 4 hits of either of them. This or that, this or that, this or that, this. I did this with my roll. I rolled a couple of 6s and a couple of 8s, whatever it was that I had, paid for a guitar, okay? That's a cool way of doing it. Now what I'm gonna do is this. I'm working on an idea where that's all I do, is look for sister presses. And again, this is gonna be tomorrow's show, so I'll give you a little bit of a preview of what the system looks like. And again, it's gonna take some luck, right? This is not a 3 hit and down system. This is a kind of a ride it out system, but what you wanna see is either of a sister number get hit twice, and then you bring it back down to 25 bucks. So let's go and roll it out really quick. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. I may even ignore the 7s to show it to you if I can't get there. I've only got a few minutes before work. So let's roll it out and see what we get. We're gonna be at a 10 for a point. Now let's get a couple of hits here and see if we can do it. 4 and 10 are the hard ones, obviously. It was a 6, 4, 10. Here we go. 3, 2, 5. So what's gonna happen on the 5, a 3 and a 2, gets paid 70 bucks, 50, 70 bucks for the 5. We're gonna press both the 5 and 9 all the way up. Take everything we have and get them both up. Now, how this pays, 75 is gonna pay 105, 10 pays 14. It's a $119 win if they win, and we bring them back down to a quarter. Okay, did I put the 5 in there? I did, here we go. Let's avoid big red for a minute so this works. Oh, look at that, we got a 5. That's fantastic, a 3, 2, 5. So we hit either the 5 or the 9 twice. So that's gonna pay again, we're gonna pay 119. So we'll do 100, 15, 119, and they both come down to a quarter. Right, so I double tapped the sisters and they come back to a quarter, and in the rack is 100, 200, 225. Let's get actually color up for that, 225 and what 225 plus 14, whatever the hell that adds up to. Look at that, $200 coming back, double tapping one of the pairs. 2 rolls, we got 2 numbers to pay off. Now, if I can do that again with the 6 and 8, or the 4 and the 10, we're gonna be floating pretty nice over here, right? 2 rolls in, we did good. We just gotta avoid the ugly one. There's aces. There's an 8. Sweet. 4, 4, hard 8, square pair. Like and subscribe to Jake and Rob. 8 pays $70, 50, $70. And again, we're gonna press them both like so. I'm gonna bring back 10. And we're gonna hope, against hope, that one of these 2 hits the second time. Doesn't matter which one. As long as one of them comes through for us, we're gonna be in good shape. There's a 10, a 6, and a 4. That's the point. Awesome. That's the point. 6, 4, 10. That pays $100. I'll pay it in greens. $100 for 2 vig. Press both the 4 and 10. Press both sisters. Now, if either the 4 and 10 hit, they're both back to a quarter. If either the 6 or 8 hit, they're both back to 30. Let's get a new point. New point's going to be an 8, 6, 2, 8. There they are. Come on, let's do it. Oh yeah, 4, 2, 6. Look at that. That's beautiful. So we hit the 8 the first time, the 6 the second time. That's awesome. It pays $105. 105. These both come down to 30. So you press them both, you regress them both as a pair of sisters or a pair of siblings. There is 25 in red. There's 100 in green. I'm bringing back 225 more dollars to the rack. My rack right now has 450, 60, $70 in it. I started with 320. So my rack, 1, 2, 3, 20, $150 in profit plus 1, 2, $310 on the felt, right? So I've got, if I want it, $500 in profit. Pretty cool, right? Not a bad system when the numbers pay for you, okay? We can roll this out and keep going, or we can pull this back in. It's actually 8:45. I got it. I'll take one more roll here before I go in to get to work, but you get the idea. This is tomorrow's. We're gonna roll this out multiple times tomorrow as a either or press. There's a 6-5 yo, doesn't matter. There's a 6-1 7. 7 out. I didn't mark the point, and we're done. Okay, would have been nice though, right? We could, and if it was me at the casino, I'm probably pulling out. I'm probably going home with 300, 400, 460. Ain't a bad profit off of 320. That's a pretty cool little quick hitter if you can get the rolls right, like we did today. So anyway, that's tomorrow's pressing. We'll do that a lot more tomorrow. We'll analyze all the moves, how far we can go down, and just kind of play with it. And again, that works from any starting value. So, all right, here we go. Let's see, I'm gonna go through some quick comments here, make sure that I don't miss anything. Let's go back to here, actually here. All right, let's look at the PCs, if there are any. Oh, a bunch of them. 5 says, pressing is a backdoor way to play amounts that are otherwise, you're 100%. What a great way to say that, Greg, I love that. You would never go out there, well, my bankroll would never go out there with 750 across. There's no way. But pressing is a way to get to 750, right? If I can get there and leave that stuff out there, it's a backdoor way to get to where I want to be. Now, again, when you get to where you want to be, remember that you started at maybe 320 and got to 750. That's a hell of a lot of profit on the table. So you got to always remember what's out there is yours too. Pretty tough. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one. This goes back to the discussion from Mid-Mo-Yo and Sideshow. Greg says the loser should deliver the item in person. That is actually cool. However, asking Chris to load up a table and drive to Missouri, it's a lot more costly for Chris than it is for Chiro to fly into Colorado with a hat. So we're going to have to work through that. Let's see. We're working on this Cajun Craps. We're working still. I'm going to talk to Casino Quest and get that locked in. I'm thinking November at Casino Quest now is going to be our best bet. So we'll have some updates in the next couple of weeks on that once I get the date nailed down and make sure that David's okay with us overtaking a place for a day. So, all right, what other questions? Any other questions that we've got? Let's see. Nothing else for me. OPS, Bob, if multiple come out sevens is my fear, why not play on till the first 7? You could. I mean, there's no reason not to do that, right? It's just, when I say that because I know that people will go 160 across working, 7 comes, put them back out there, 7 comes, put them back out there, and they're out of money, right? One time you get burned, you're fine, you're right. And I think over time, 80% of the time, you won't get beat by that come out 7. So it's not a bad play if you're committed to doing it, like you say, one time and one time only. I think that's important. Good call out there, Bob. All right, it is 9 or 5 or 10 minutes to 9. I got to go. I get prepped up for class. So with that said, everybody, thanks again. I appreciate everybody being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll see you tonight for practice, my 10,000 throws practice tonight. I'll see you again here for a show in the morning. We're going to do, again, more and more and more pressing. All week long, we're going to go full degen and press ourselves into the sky. We'll look at all the different ways. So with that said, y'all have a great Monday, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.